no man is going to ever pay you to be rich. You understand?
Yeah.
Nobody will ever pay you to be rich. I'm to get rich. So it's always advisable. If you have a side hustle, your basic your normal job, you can use the money to maybe to pay your bills. Then your side hustle, you can use it to invest more or to grow yourself, because salary haitaikuwa enough for anybody.
Hello Kenyans, it's another time that we are back as Upjoint Media, just to bring you the best that you can ever have. I'm your host as usual, one man different. You can call me Mtukufu Kalismas, yule bingwa kuborura rukwama. And today we are going to have a very interesting conversation. My guest is already here, so let me take this time so that he can introduce himself, then we shall proceed from there. Yo mambo?
Poa sana. Niko fresh sana.
So kindly take this time to introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name is Xavier Sagini. Yes, I'm here let's do this.
Thank you, Manze, for creating your time to be here with me. This is Upjoint Media. First, I would like to know, is it really appropriate for someone who is having a primary job that is paying him or her well to have a side hustle?
Basically, first of all, thank you for this opportunity, Kalista. I would like to say that basically right now, with this generation right now, it all depends with the person and what kind of hustle you're doing. That's so there are people who are not good with business or side hustles. You see, I think in another way you can call them silent investors. You can be a person who has maybe you have been employed with a certain company and you're not good with business. You can invest in someone. For example, you have the idea but you don't have the capital. Me being the person with the capital but I don't have the idea about running a business, I can come and talk to you. You run the business for me. I'm called a silent or I'm not directly involved with the business, but I'm a silent investor. You understand? So it all depends with the type of person and the kind of job you're doing. But basically, most of the youths right now always go for side hustles because they find it it's a say maisha ni ngumu bana. Sai Ruto anafanya ile kitu. So mostly people wanatafuta side hustle kujaribu kujikumu kimaisha.
I think you've put it so well. There is something you've mentioned, a silent investor. You know, when someone is not directly involved in the whole process, but is making contribution, is it so? Is making contribution towards the success of the business. Now, is it really important for someone to consider maybe turning the passion into business? You know.
The passion into it basically it all depends to the scenario. Sometimes unaweza kuwa na passion uko na kila kitu lakini maybe the finances you don't have the finance to do that business. Maybe if you have someone who can support you with the finances then you can lakini basically it's always advisable for you to do something that you always like so that when the returns are really not according to expectations you're not really disappointed ama uta lose ile motisha kwenda kazi. Lakini basically I'll advise the young people out there to always do what they really like. So at the end of the day, I'm sure it's going to bring them a good income.
I'm very sure you've met these friends of yours who will tell you that I want to start a business. I want to start a side hustle, but I don't know the specific business that I would like to venture into. Like if you meet such kind of people, what will you tell them? You know, someone is willing, has the resources, but ameshindwa hii ni biz gani nitaanzisha.
I think basically the first thing you're supposed to know is penye uko, your area of surrounding. For example, kama tuonishi a specific place whereby it's a new place that is growing. You try and identify the gaps that are in that place. For example, kama unishi place yenye, let me use an example where I stay. Where I stay, you can get it's not really that much. So watu wengi wameishi hiyo mtaa. So unapata there are so many business opportunities. For example, you can open a wines and spirit because nobody has it. You can open a shop because not so many. It all depends with the area of which one huyo kijana ama huyo msichana ako mahali, unaelewa. Once of all, ukishaona hii mtaa yako iko hivi design, try to find a gap in the market. Ni nini hakuna? Human need. If you want to make money easily, I've been told, and mostly we are always told, you must find a human need, and if you find a human need and you offer solution, then you're going to make money. So always find a human need in your area. Start small. Penye uko pale hivyo, tafuta human need iko hapo. What do people need? What is lacking in this place? And if that I can advise you, as in that's the best business opportunity you can venture to, according to the specific area where you are and the human need in that. That's what I can advise.
Wow, that's very wonderful. You have your side hustle. You are making now good cash from it. You have your primary job. Then it reaches a point where maybe your side hustle is now giving you more money than your primary job. Can we have conflict of interest?
Probably, again, it all depends with how much committed you are with your side hustle. If you're 100% committed to your side hustle, then there's always fatigue. You understand? Yeah. So it will reach a point where you'll have to decide: are you going to do with your side hustle, or are you going to maintain with your office work, or your official job? So it all depends with the scenario also. But if you're flexible, if your work is not that much committed, you can manage your current job, and also you can manage your side hustle. Then I think most of the people can still do both of them at the same time. But it all depends. If your day-to-day work is really committing, and your side hustles also want commitments, then it will reach a point at the end of the day you'll have to decide if you're going to go for the side hustle fully 100% or you're going to stay employed. But basically, I'll advise anybody out here to always go for business. At the end of the day, the time and the energy you're using to someone else's company, if you invest the same in your own company, I'm sure you're going to do good. Yeah.
You've mentioned something very important. If actually you invest the same energy, the same time that you are investing in someone's company, if you reciprocate the same in your own company, I think you'll be able to achieve a lot. If you are able to manage so well, is it advisable just to continue with your side hustle along with your primary job?
Yes, you can. Actually, it's advisable, because they always say no man is going to ever pay you to be rich. You understand? Nobody will ever pay you to be rich, to get rich. So it's always advisable. If you have a side hustle, your basic, your normal job, you can use the money to maybe to pay your bills. Then your side hustle, you can use it to invest more or to grow yourself, because salary ain't equal enough for anybody. So it's also advisable to always have a side hustle. Always have something else you're doing apart from your normal paycheck. You understand? So I'll always advise young people out there to always try something different. Try to find new things around where they stay and the society. Try to meet people and try to learn new things and try to venture into them. That's what I can say.
Wow, that's interesting. My viewers, I'm very sure that there is something that you are picking from this conversation. Now, we've had people say that I started a business. Along the way, I was overwhelmed, or maybe I encountered certain challenges. Then the business collapsed. What will you tell a person who is starting a business right now, a side hustle, keeping in mind that the business can collapse in time?
I will advise the young people out here, first of all, you must learn that si kila siku kila kitu itakuwa vizuri. One day, once in a while you lose, okay? Once you have that mentality, then you're supposed to always, once you wake up every day, it's always advise people, ukipata kwanza, when the business is still young, utapata most probability you'll undergo a lot of losses. Before the business peaks, you'll always have to, you must persevere. You understand? Ukianza biashara, so you don't expect the biashara by next month, it ends up to make profit. So you must be patient. And that patience, sometimes you'll undergo losses, makanja utakusumbua, ama utapata una invest lakini the returns are not really bringing, ama unapata ule msee first, since you're still it's a new journey, unapata ule employee umempatia kazi anakuibia, like there are a lot of things that are going to discourage you. So at the end of the day, you must learn that these are the backbone on the business. If you don't, for example, if you start a business today na progress, you make millions, then if ke place yanze ku make losses, that's why unapata msana ana go into depression, anajiwa, because aje understand loss, aje enda loss in his life. So sometimes it's good to lose when you start something. It gives you some endurance, like when the business grows you'll appreciate like niaje this time last year I was at such a time I was in this place, but thank God me progress. Unlike ukianza biashara shoot alafu something happens, for example during COVID period, unapata everything goes down, you'll be depressed, and that's why you get most people maybe wanafanya vitu zenye ni crazy, but ukiona umeanza biashara alafu unapata vitu ni ngumu and you learn from them, it gives you a foundation that is really strong, and hata kama kampuni itakuwa kubwa you'll always look back and you're like utakuwa na ile stability ya kuendure anything, so never give up. Ukianguka you try again, when you fall you try again, never give up. That's what I can tell people out there.
Let's assume we are talking to Nairobians right now. We are having youths right now that are trying to start a business. We know sometimes they say the challenges that you will encounter in Nairobi are not the same challenges maybe you might encounter up country, you know. So like for someone who is starting maybe a business in the CBD, a side hustle, you know, that's a risk, by the way.
That's a very big
risk. Very big risk. What will you tell him?
Kwanza ujue you must learn the market, just learn the market. It's very very important to learn the market. Kwanza CBD sahi CBD unapata makanjo, you must learn the market. Kwanza CBD, for you to start a business in CBD you must really have you must have done some really good background check on the business you want to start. First of all, kwanza rent ya CBD is not kama rent ya mtaani umoja ama doni, you understand? CBD I don't think you can get a rent in less than 15,000. A small shop you can get, you see, starting from that. So any business that you want to venture into CBD, you must really do a background check and make sure that you're venturing into a really business that is really going to usiventure kwa business kila mtu amefungua, you understand? Ukienda place unapata everybody has the same thing, and place and you still want to open the same thing. Try to be new ama try to make things vitu zako ziko unique. That's what I can tell people. Lakini CBD you must just do a very good background check before you start doing a business. That's what I can tell you. If you don't want for you to minimize too much losses, do study, but first of all study what you really want to do. Make a very good background study before you venture into anything. It'll prevent a lot of disappointments and a lot of losses. That's what I can advise.
Nice one. I want us to proceed to the spirit, you know. If you are very keen, by the way, when you are interacting with youths, you will be able to realize that the spirit amongst the youths of having their own businesses is high.
It's really high.
You know, you find that people say, manze, me, I want to have my own biz. Staki labda niandikwe for over 20 years, you know, like people want to do the opposite of maybe what happened with our parents, you know. People want to be their own bosses. And we found that as we are speaking, we have very young people, you know, owning big businesses in this Nairobi. And sometimes when you listen to them, you'll be able to tell that maybe some businesses are not genuine, some are genuine. What will you say about that?
That's my comment about it. First of all, I really want to appreciate the young hii generation yetu ya sahi, man, kuna venye it's really coming up in a good way. Kwa sababu if you remember, our parents, man, used to tell us like the only way to go is through formal employment. Ukipata kazi ya government, mzee anajua ukiwa askari, ukiwa mwalimu, ukiwa daktari, that's the only way you can prosper in life during those days. But nowadays the generation imechange. Sahi people are starting to think outside the box. People are really venturing into business, of which is a good thing, you see. Kwa sababu si wote hatuwezi kuwa walimu, si wote hatuwezi kuwa madaktari, you understand? So that's a good thing for the youth. I think it's very nice. Na tukiendelea hivyo, I'm sure as Kenya itaenda mbali. But the challenges are always there. At the end of the day, you must know challenges are always there to make us strong, and it's the fun of life. Unajua, imagine unaishi siku moja, everything you want in life inakuja. Life becomes boring. Sometimes the challenges are always there to keep us to appreciate the good things that are happening in life. So always be positive. Ikikam through each challenge, you face it hard on. Kwa nile hope, tomorrow you wake up once with a new hope. Una push to kusukuma tu man. At the end of the day, you know why you came to Nairobi, ama you know what you're doing. Here is only fanya ukaanza, isifanye usiaiacha, because you know why you started it, okay? Once umesema you just started something, never give up. Just always do it until you make sure you may succeed. Consistency is key. That's what's up. Yeah.
Wow, that's very informative. I think you've heard these people that will tell you that when I started this business, I was making maybe around 10,000 per month. After some time, I started making 20,000. Like the profits increased. Then after some time, you know, this business was legal. After some time, because I wanted more money, I had to engage myself into illegal business, you know.
Example.
Someone will tell you, you know, like if you come to my shop, just the front part, you'll be able to tell that I'm just selling normal goods, like maybe the sugar, clothes, ama viatu, but behind that kuna vitu nauza, you know, labda ndom nini na anasema niko na clients wangu tu wenye mimi nawapea, we mtu stranger siwezi kupea. So like we unaona what will push someone to start engaging in illegal businesses when he started with the legal business?
Tamatu ya pesa bro, tamatu ya pesa. For example, unapata wewe ni beshte yangu, si ndio? Ona mimi nimekujua juzi ama nimekujua for a long time, nimechiki you really have money na kujaribu kufind your ways of having money. Mimi nakaa kwa shop pale tao na ka the whole day sijapata customer. Wewe ni beshte yangu na kucheki kidogo leo niambia leo ni Friday, hebu tuende hivi. The next weekend unaniambia hivi na kucheki kuna different cars every day. So unapata ile pressure, pia pressure unapata huyu mtukufu rada ni gani, unaona? So that pressure, I think that's one thing that is really inafanya wasana under the illegal. But pia I would think in the perspective of easy shortcut as they don't last for long. Understand? Utauza leo drugs, utapata do that money, but hiyo pesa utaifanya kitu maana. Utaitumia siku mbili ama siku moja. Utauza leo, utauza for a month, for 2 months, lakini at the end of the day unajua utakuja kushikwa. Unasemanga nothing you can't hide something forever. At the end of the day utakuja kujulikana. So long as you keep doing something itakuja kujulikana. So it's not really worth it. Ukiona utameka $1 million lakini ukishikwa, how much is it going to cost you to kutoa kwa hiyo ngori, and how much are you going to ruin your business, the current business that you have, ama your reputation to the family, unaelewa? So sometimes easy way, the shortcut haikuwa poa. Just you just commit to yourself. At kama vitu hazijipi leo, wewe jitume tu. Consistency, amka kila siku, push every day man. The right way, ile kitu tunakuja on the right way itakaa sana kuliko ile shortcut. Yeah, that's what I can advise. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. They say most of the youths, they don't want to engage in agriculture, you know. Maybe they don't want to do farming up country. They just want to do businesses within town, you know. Could there be any reason why maybe most of the youths, they don't want to engage themselves in agriculture up country?
Up country? Yeah. I think that's a good question. I think basically one of the reasons is science. I think science it can be one of the reasons, because mostly squeezy watu wengi wapendi, they believe that those people in the rural areas are just there for they're doing what can I say, that as in job zao ni kama the input is not really that much needed, but me think farming is because Africa the only way you can get money easily, I think, is through farming. One of the easiest way to get money is through food unajua every day mwanadamu lazima akule, hiyo itaikosa market. So I think me personally, if I'll advise anyone, if you get opportunity to venture into farming, that's hiyo ni 100%, kwa sababu lazima tukule. You as human beings iko siku gani in Africa and you have a good soil, you go into farming. But easy white collar jobs, sometimes the technology and stuff, those are some of the reasons why. Yeah, lakini I think farming is the way to go for me. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind up, by the way, through our conversation, we've been able to mention advantages of us having our side hustles. But one advantage about you having a side hustle is it's about security. Is it so?
Security.
Yeah. You will be okay. Security in terms of your income, you know, because you're having multiple sources of income. So in case maybe you lose your primary job, your life still will continue, you know. Yeah, maybe for that one who is not thinking of having any side hustle, what will you tell him as we wind up? Mineza kwambia, I can just say, I can advise that young person out there that your salary is never enough, and it's always important for you to do something else, and no job is permanent. Don't be there to kama wazazi wetu tunaka kwa kazi ya msee hadi retire junior 65 years. There are so many opportunities out here, and it's very and people are really coming out. So try to venture into business. Business is very good, unaelewa? Leo utapata ndio, kesho utakosa, lakini bora you really that time you're taking to that employment to that employer of yours, if you convert the same energy and time and resources to your own investment, I'm very sure that at the end of the day your business is going to do well. So I'll advise anybody out there, if you can't do business fully, then you can do both side hustle.
and your job, if your job is really okay with it, if you're able to manage, then it's always good to have a side hustle. Usitegemee kazi man. Covid ilikuja ikatufunza vitu mingi ba. Tuamka siku moja waambie job zenu zote zimeisha, then you start from scratch. So if you're supposed to learn from what? From the past experiences. Unanielewa? So yeah, mimi na advice tu say it's side hustle ni kitu ya maana sana. Find something else to, don't be comfortable doing one thing. Unanielewa? Yeah, that's what I can advise.
Nice one. For any business person outside there that is watching this, just ensure that you pick something, because we know that today it's business, tomorrow it's business, and business is forever. I've been your host, one man different, Kalismas mtukufu yule bingwa wa kuburura Rukwama, and my guest with a parting shot.
Mavijana tujitume, that's what I can tell you, tujitume. Na si rahisi, lakini at the end of the day you must do it man. Unaelewa? Hakuna ku give up, let's always push to succeed. Thank you Kalistas man.
Welcome bro.
Shida. Shukuru.
Wazi.